Welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
I'll tell you what, we're going to have a great time here today. We are continuing our Native American cultural series. We are in the heart of Ho-Chunk Nation.
Yes.
It's powwow weekend here, and we have some great indigenous foods for you coming up. Stay tuned, Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling right at ya.
Boy, I can't wait.
I can't
wait.
either. It's going to be good food, good food.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grilling.
And I'll tell you what, if you've never been to a powwow, this is what it's all about. The public is welcome. We took our daughter to powwows all the time, and it's all about music, it's all about dance, it's about food, it's about new friends and old friends.
That's right, it is.
And today we have a new friend with us today. This is Elena Terry. Elena, thank you.
Yes, thank you for
And you
having
are
me.
a chef.
I am. I'm an indigenous foods chef.
An indigenous food chef.
And how long have you been a chef?
10 years.
And what is an indigenous food chef?
So we work on reintroducing indigenous ingredients into the daily diet of our communities, really, not just tribal members.
And you know, when we first talked on the phone, I wanted to make sure, and we try anyway, we're doing a little Native American cultural series with our good friends at NATOW. And by the way, people can go to natow.org and learn about all 11 tribes and the great events that happen. Majority of those events are open to the public, like the powwows. They're great cultural events for the family, young and old, I'll guarantee you. There are a lot of times. You are a member of the Ho-Chunk Nation?
I am.
And hey, can we do something here? We have to do a couple things. You know all about cooking, don't you? Timing is everything.
Oh, I think she's got it. I think she knows what she's doing.
So with us today, I brought some wonderful bison chuck steak. And we're going to get that seared up because you've done some plank cooking.
Yes.
And I brought some maple with me today, we did, and also some Aldo. Hold on one second.
Beautiful. That's a nice cut there, sir.
That's a nice little
beautiful.
cut. Yeah, it's a beautiful cut of bison there. That comes from our good friends at Oneida. So they've supplied us with that today. So we're going to get that going here today. We also have to do one thing. Merrill's doing. What are you doing today, Merrill?
Man, I'm going to do some succotash today, you know, and I'll tell you what, we're going to do right from scratch. We're going to put some corn on the grill.
So should I char the corn
yeah,
up
we're
for
going
you?
to char the corn first.
We're going to get the corn good.
Yeah, I got to do that.
And I was talking to Elaine a little bit earlier, and the word succotash, I was doing a little research, and back in history, the word succotash comes from a Native American term out east, where they blended together the three sisters' Native American words to produce the word succotash. So the word succotash is within the corn, the beans, and the squash.
Yes.
And your favorite ingredient is, dear?
Squash.
Squash. Always been squash?
Always,
Any
always.
particular squash?
No, I
just
love all squash. Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
And have you ever created the succotash?
Yes.
Hey, can I whisper something to you? In succotash, we have along, Merrill has red beans and pinto beans later on.
Yes.
Can we use lima too?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he was wondering about that on the way
I didn't
over
know
here.
if
He didn't know. He
I
was
wasn't
worried. He
sure.
was concerned.
Can I throw your ham steak
Yeah,
on
throw the
too?
ham steak on. And what I've got here to start the succotash, we're charring some corn over there. Obviously, we've got some bacon, we've got some onions, we've got some fresh garlic, and we've got some sage. And I'm going to go ahead and start out with a little bit of butter. I've got the cast iron skillet back here. And I'll use a little bit of the sunflower oil on there, just to coat that up a little bit.
So Elena, tell us what indigenous means to you and why you got involved.
With indigenous food?
Yeah.
Yes, so indigenous foods are like our ancestral foods, the foods that are native to the lands that we traditionally ate. And it's just always been a part of my life. But in the more recently, we've tried to, get it out there a little bit more, build stronger communities, and it just kind of ties you back into the land using these ingredients. It feels good.
Well, tell me, you started a program called Wild Berries.
Yes.
And tell us about that. It's great.
Yeah, so Wild Berries is a community outreach catering company that works to reintegrate community members back into our communities through food. We're seed savers. We grow out ancestral ingredients, and then we go out and we share that with our community.
And it helps them to feel part of the earth.
Yes, yes.
And we were talking about grounding.
Yes.
And taking your shoes off and just walking on the goddamn land. and what a blessing that is and what good it does for you.
Yeah, yeah. And as natural stewards of the land, it just is right that we help to nurture it and that we take care of these plants and that we honor them by preparing them in ways that people appreciate them. It also helps, ensure their sustainability in the long run.
Exactly right. And I got a little gift for you as I was cutting some squash today. I got you some seeds, and you are a seed gal.
Yes, yes, we do seed save and we grow out our own squash. So
Yep.
this is the perfect gift for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yes,
really.
So Meryl's going to create some tea. Do you want to help?
yes, of course.
Yeah, all right, here's a little tea here.
I'm gonna put this in my pocket.
I'm going to start out with, got a jar here. If you want, we're going to go ahead and put some mint in there and some strawberries. Put
Sure.
those in there. And then we're also going to be putting some honey in there. I love making a lot of homemade tea at home. I'll use go ahead and fresh lemon, like I mentioned before, fresh ginger. I'll use lemon. But today we've got the mint, we've got the strawberry, and then we're going to put a
smell
whole
the
bunch
mint
of
from
honey
here.
in there. We've got some
Yes.
water already boiling in the back there. I'm going to place this all in there, and then we're going to let this steep till right till the end of the show. You could definitely let it steep a lot longer, but it comes out really good in the
Squeeze
flavor.
the dickens out of the
Yeah,
honey in
put
there
out
too.
the
What the
honey.
heck?
You want in there, go for it. Whatever you like. But there's so many wonderful things that you can do with fresh herbs. People just have no idea. Want to pour that in there. Now we're going to let that steep after that gets in there, but oh, it's going to be good. Trust me, it really
That's
is.
a
gonna
true
be good.
mason jar. It should be able to hold the
The
heat.
heat. It better. But you really don't even need that much mint in there. That's enough mint even for that right there. And just let it steep. Comes out really good. Oh, was that hot?
No, it wasn't. So when I was talking, we met some good friends here. We met Elena. We talked on the phone with Forrest, and Forrest is with us here today, and he's kind of in charge of us here today, as is our good friend Apache. Hold on one second. So we have some bison right here. So we have several pounds of bison. I got some gloves, and you've done plank cooking. So I mentioned I got some alder and also some maple planks along. What are we doing back here, hon? You're doing good. Thank you very much. You're doing really good. Boy, that eyesight's going really good. Hold on.
Good. You are doing good.
So here's what we're going to do. We got the bison here. We're going to do some plank cooking. And the question of the day was, I have some beautiful wild dried berries, some blueberries, wild blueberries. We were at our good friends up at Forest County, the Potawatomi up there last week. Earlier this week, we got some beautiful, right from the chickens, some brown eggs.
And that wild rice looks amazing.
The wild rice is wonderful. It's Native American wild rice. It does look good, doesn't it? So we're going to add some wonderful wild rice in there. I'm going to drive the dried berries in there. And we're going to start mixing that away. And what we're going to do is we're going to plank these and get that bison. This is where a guy just has to sit and relax. This is like getting back to nature right here, isn't it? It's like kneading dough.
Yeah.
In the indigenous food movement, I mean, if people get involved. You get a lot of people that have no idea what they're doing. I mean, right at the beginning.
Well, it kind of is something that I'd like to think is in your,
Blood.
in your blood memory.
Right, yeah.
Right, yeah. And it just, I feel like, especially cooking outside, that it just,
those eggs.
you just know what to do.
Right,
you know.
right.
Yeah, right.
And are you talking about cooking on an open fire?
Yes, that's my
Yeah,
favorite
that's great.
way.
That is my favorite way to do it too, on there.
And it adds a different level of flavor.
Well, it does. I think it's a really nice challenge to be able to do something like that, where a lot of people are accustomed to. There's the ham that we're going to be slicing up for the succotash. The corn's looking really good. He's got a good char on the corn there.
The corn is looking good.
It is.
I'm going to take that off so I can get the plank cooking
All
on.
right, that sounds good.
And we're going to let that cool to get that cut off the cob. That was just for a little extra flavor with the
And then,
succotash.
so for the cookie, do you use a lot of cast iron then? Or not? Is it just all on the open flame? Then?
Yes,
Cast
yes.
iron?
Cast
Yeah.
iron.
That's really good. And then for cleaning the cast iron, how do you clean it? When you're done with it, what do you do with the cast iron on cleaning it?
I mean, I like to just flip it right on top of the ash.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it. They'll wipe completely clean all the time for you too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right. So, well, the burger's getting stirred up there for it.
I got to get the burgers made. I got to patty burger. I should have asked for your help, shouldn't I? The man did not want to ask for your help at all.
You know, he's got to do it all the time there for it.
But the wild rice and the berries had a great little flavor in there. The bison was actually gotten at the farm also, and I don't want to say with you good folks here, but it's gotten at the Oneida Nations. They have a bison farm there that's just absolutely wonderful. We're good friends with them. They got their own little market, and they try very hard, as do all native tribes of Wisconsin, to make sure the culture continues on. And I find that just amazing, and I try to read and experience it all.
Well, that's one thing with us being on this tour, we really learn a lot.
All right, there's a big board of maple.
Okay.
So the wet planks, the boards, the bison, we're gonna get those on there. We're gonna cedar plank those on a good hot heat. And I'm gonna use the other one. I'm gonna do the, that's maple there. This is the alder. Alder. We're gonna get that baby going. And I gotta do one more thing. I know we're running long here.
You're right, we are backing up. Red entry was on the poster. It slated was 6.
One more, what you got? What's it got up in
So we got right here, we got some nice peppers and onions. Put over the bottom. We have the bison steak that's not done yet. That's all rare. And more peppers and onions over the top. And we're gonna get that cedar planked. But the main thing is to appreciate different cultures. The main thing is to attend beautiful powwows. And we'll get those babies going. Elena, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you for having me. Yeah,
that was a lot of stuff to do, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
We'll be right back with more Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest.
Yes.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling.
I'll tell you what, we are Mad Dog and Meryl. We're having a great time here with our good friends at the HoChunk Nation. And it's just one of the part of the series of the Native American cultural series that we're doing on Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling.
And I'm learning a lot, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's amazing. I try to retain everything and try to hold it all in. The best thing you can do is go to natow.org to learn about all 11 tribes of Wisconsin. And we are airing in 33 states, so wherever you are, there's Native American tribes that host different events like powwows and stuff like that. The public is invited. It's a great time. It really is a good cultural event to see the dancers, to hear the music, to Freddie's part of the food.
Well, you know, but here we are right in the heart of the Ho-Chunk Nation, right here in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
I know, exactly right.
Very good.
You're a good
Freddie.
man, Freddie.
That guy is educated. He knows his stuff.
So earlier today, I helped Meryl out and I took some acorn squash, which is Elena's favorite ingredient, and I cut it into beautiful rings, and I hollowed out the seeds, and we're saving those to plant, and we have more indigenous plants for next year's harvest. But here's what we did. We took the rings, and I browned them up on the grill all separately, just absolutely gorgeously, and that's where Meryl's going to be serving his succotash to complete the three sisters, which is the beans, the corns, and the squash there.
Right. On the succotash, what we're going to do, I've already did some bacon, some onions, and some garlic.
Smelling good.
All right, looking good. We got some ham. We got some corn, succotash, broken corn.
Broken corn.
What it is. We got tomatoes. We got the beans, the lima. We got the red beans and the pinto beans. And let's scoop this baby on. I need a hand in here, sir.
Come on. We'll get that. Look at that. Watch for good food.
All right, you gonna do it?
Right, well, yeah.
This guy's so good at scooping, I'll tell you.
So here's the ham. Here's the corn. The corn's the main thing, I heard.
That is the flavor, sir.
I don't think we're gonna get it. You're not gonna.
We'll try. I'll make it. I'm not giving up, ladies and gentlemen. Freddie, you can have the leftover beans.
That's about what I earned.
Well, you know, we have the lima, we have the pinto, we have the red beans, and we got the has.
The has-been.
The has-been.
All of us have been has-beens, that's for sure. It's going to be good.
So here's what we got. So far, it's looking really, really good. We've got the bison steak is cooking away there with the peppers and the onions. The beautiful burgers are cooking on the maple and the alder. And now we need a glaze. And thinking about indigenous, the best thing I can think of is beautiful blueberries. So we're going to mash some blueberries up. And we're going to make a nice little glaze with those. Get those all mashed up.
That'd be good.
Yeah, now in the mashing with the blueberries, we're going to add some raspberry preserves.
All right.
A little spoonful of raspberry preserves. You're doing all right. Do you like raspberry preserves? Some wonderful raspberry preserves.
It smells great here, too.
And beautiful maple syrup.
Oh.
So that's going to complete our little glaze. No, exactly right. So now we're making a nice little glaze. Now this glaze can be great on pork, it's great on chicken, it's good over just about everything. I can imagine a little bit thicker over the top of some salmon.
Oh, oh, that would be delicious.
So we got the blueberry glaze going with the raspberry preserves in there. We have some maple syrup. And I'm simply going to scoop by scoop over the top of that beautiful bison that has the wild rice in there.
How'd you come up with this?
You know something? It's just amazing, isn't it?
He comes up with everything, doesn't he?
I know, but
I can guarantee it's going to be absolutely delicious. There's no doubt about it.
And I'm going to pour some over the top of here. What the heck, right?
It's almost Christmas. What the heck?
Yeah, or Hanukkah or Kwanzaa.
Beautiful.
too bad I don't have some ice cream.
Boy, that would be good, Freddie.
Wouldn't that be good?
And to top it all off, just a few nice fresh walnuts over the top of that. Morning, sir. How are you?
Hi.
Well, you know what? At the powwow, it doesn't matter, does it?
You're supposed to be guarding us here.
Yeah, exactly right. America's Most Wanted. So am I.
Oh, man.
So here's what we're gonna do. We gotta get the bison cooked up now. We have to make sure the peppers and the onions and the steak is done. The bison steaks. Meryl's got to cook his what's it called? Succotash a tad bit longer, and the squash rings are all ready. So we're gonna be right back for our third segment in just a second or two. Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling in the heart of Ho-Chunk Nation at the Nishla Powwow. Welcome back to Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling. We are in the heart of Ho-Chunk Nation, and our good friend Apache is with us here today also. She's in charge of us when it comes to NATOW. Always go to NATOW.org for all 11 great tribes of Wisconsin. Enjoy their events and their community that they have. A lot of things are being hosted year-round. Now it's time to take off some great stuff. I love it when things come together at the end. That's the
You're
best
all
part.
smiles right now.
I'm all smiles now.
All right. Ooh.
So there's our wonderful board with the bison. We'll cut into that in just a moment or two. The two boards that we have.
Wow.
You know what's amazing is that the maple burned up faster than the alder.
It did, didn't it?
Yeah.
There's the beautiful bison.
If you need your rum warmed
Got the berries on top there with the onions and the peppers.
Another berry right there. That looks absolutely delicious. Man, you can't find anything more indigenous than that, cooked on maple and beautiful wood. The fried bread, that's just one of the events, one of the foods that you can enjoy when you come, authentic fried breads, when you come to powwows and other events by Native Americans. It's a great time. The tea is looking good. And here's what we did too. We got the squash rings here.
Gotcha.
That's the best part of the when it comes to the Three Sisters. We got the squash rings there. Those are all browned up just beautifully. And succotash in the middle.
Succotash in the middle, sir.
Succotash in the middle. And we've just reunited the Three Sisters. It's a wonderful thing. Ooh, look at that.
Oh. Yes, sir.
Let me guess, the Triple Crown.
Yes, it is.
Freddie's eyeing that fried bread, though, man.
I'm eyeing the fry bread, you bet.
Go to natow.org, all 11 tribes. Visit the nearest powwow near you, no matter where it's at. It's a great time. I can hear one of the young dancers coming in right now, Mr. Cameraman. We're a little bit early for the weekend. This is Friday. They go Saturday and Sunday, and it's dancing from all nations. And all nations can be, when they call, you can be part of it and dance along with it and get in the circle and relieve your frustrations, because that's what it's all about. It really is. It really is.
You'd have been a good dancer, you know, if you'd have taken that up when you were just a
You
little
know,
kid.
I got a good mean two-step. Nothing like Forrest, though, let me tell you that. All right, Mad Dog and Meryl's Midwest Grilling. We'll be right back to wrap this baby up. We got to dig into this food. Many thanks to our good friend Elena, Apache, and Forrest for having us here today.
Great time today.
Good time,
Really
good
good
time.
time. Great fried bread, too.
All right, Prost, Mad Dog and Meryl, Forrest Funmaker right here. Our good friend Elena, thank you so much. Prost, a little mint tea.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is a production of Lashbro Visual Communications.